So it has been, a long time since we entered chapter 6. We are now like more than halfway through it, and chapter 7 is on the horizon. Sorry, the horizon, but the video is not about chapter 7 or any other chapters. It's about what's going on with all the other game modes that have sort of been coming and going, right? Like, we have all these new like mini battle royale modes or like side battle royale modes that we never really had before, and I think it's really interesting how that coincides with what's going on in the storyline right now. I think there's a connection there that no one's really talking about. So before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe so we can hit our goal of 1,000 subs. I've been trying to hit this forever now, so if you guys could please show your support, like, subscribe, comment, share, it would really help the channel out. So enough talk, right? We got chapter 6 season 1, and I was telling you guys right now, like at the very beginning, that we would get 2 islands, and we got 2 islands because I was thinking that they just weren't going to do chapter 6, that chapter 6 was just going to be chapter 1, but I accidentally clickbaited you guys and I'm so sorry. So we get 2 islands, right? 2 battle royale islands planned simultaneously for the first time, and I think that the thing is interesting about this is that the 0 point is in multiple pieces as well. Remember the shards, the 0 point shards, because the 0 point is a hole again. It cracked open like that glass ball that I broke at my aunt's house when I was 5. But the idea is there's a whole bunch of pieces of the 0 point scattered across the Omniverse, and I think that all these new maps popping up might have something to do with that. I was watching this video about like Renzo or whatever that guy's name. He's like at 60k subs and makes Fortnite theories. I think that he was right when there were talks about there being multiple bubbles, because remember that loading screen for the end event of the Star Wars season, season M1S or whatever? We saw the bubble again, and we don't even have a full 0 point, yet we still have a bubble. So this proves that if even just maybe, because remember, a 0 point shard crashed into the island at the very, very beginning. But as we saw, we were probably already on a bubble. So something tells me that there's at least 2, if not more, 0 point shards already on our island. And if there was a 0 point shard already on our island, then could that mean that 0 point shards elsewhere in the Omniverse could have landed on planets and taken chunks out of them? Because that's what the 0 point likes to do. Just steal. I mean, technically, we didn't know. 0 point shards weren't a confirmed thing until the start of chapter 6. But did we see the 0 point at all after the first Fortnite OG? Think about it. Right? Chapter 5, we didn't see the 0 point a single time. People were looking for it, people were studying it, but we never saw it with our own eyes. There is no confirmation that it existed then. It was already blown up from the Big Bang or whatever. And something tells me that chapter actually still exists. Actually, I can probably say with a lot of certainty that chapter still exists. Now, is it the flip side? I don't think so. I don't think that's the flip side. Is it out there? Heck yeah, it is. It's gotta be out there in the multiverse somewhere. It doesn't even stop with the official chapters either. We have a Fortnite OG out there somewhere. And I think that might just be the flip side of this island, because we saw the top part of it. We never saw the bottom of it. I'm just saying, we never saw the bottom of the bubble. Now, when we looked at chapter 4, did we even see a bubble? No, we didn't. We just saw the rock floating in space, but now there's a bubble. And something tells me that there's something on the other side of that bubble, because bubbles are spheres, they're not just domes. Alright? So that's just got me to think that there is something sus going on. Now, unlike chapter 4, did we ever see those, like, that? Could we see, like, outside of the map? Like, in chapter 4, like, before the storm forms, you can see, like, the outside of the map, and then the sky's, like, plastered on the top. Well, you can't really see that for the past couple of chapters. So that's telling me that there's bubble on chapter 5 as well. And we got these other maps too that you can't even see it. We got Reload, and we got Blitz Royale or whatever. We got that new one, right? The new Blitz Royale. So it tells me that a 0 point shard very recently landed. And I think that something tells me that the size of the 0-point shard is going to impact the amount of island it can create. Because let's remember, right? As soon as a 0-point shard landed on Chapter 6, please tell me that it is not a coincidence that you cannot tell me that it's a mere coincidence that 6 days later or 5 days later we got Chapter 1 OG. And it could be on the other side of the island. It could have been just enough to double the island count. I mean, obviously, we didn't see the bubble until after that 0-point shard landed on the island. It was a good couple of seasons later. So this tells us that that's a strong possibility, that there is a flip side and that the other 0-point shards are out there making new bubbles. And something tells me that when LTMs really disappear or come back, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the day they were created. But I mean, when you kind of think about it, it all sort of makes sense. As soon as a 0-point exploded, we got those modes, right? We got, what was it, Fortnite Festival or whatever, Rocket Racing, all these different maps, Lego Fortnite. Yeah, the 0-point created all this stuff. 0-point shards existed on these islands, and we had the rifts, right? The rifts never went away, and rifts were basically powered by the 0-point. So we could say for sure that these islands have it, right? Even in Blitz, like there's like a golden rift in the top or whatever. Not sure why it's golden. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's like I made the theory a little bit ago about how there could be multiple 0-points, and you know what? This is kind of a half truth there. I mean, if this theory turns out to be correct, which it's very likely, it's basically confirmed that there are with 100% certainty sorry, what am I saying right now? That there are other shards out there. And by other shards, I mean there's other bubbles out there, more game modes to discover, the ballistics and all that. I'm just saying, right? Chapter 5 probably still exists. Chapter 6 exists. Chapter 1 Season OG exists. And if you're telling me that there wasn't a flip side underneath Chapter 1, then you're bugging. Because how on earth do they take an island and then make 2 islands out of it? Like, some people say that it like flipped and then it flipped again, but that's not true because these Chapter 3 and Chapter 2 were eerily similar to Chapter 1, but in completely different ways. Like, they took entirely different aspects of the same map. Like, no 2 locations overlapped from either of those from either of those maps, but they both had things. And then where did they fill in the blanks? Well, something tells me that Chapter 6 could very well be the thing that was on the other side of that map. Now, we get it. All right, we got these samurai biomes and other stuff, but that kind of stuff comes and goes. That's sort of how Fortnite works. With new reality just coming in left and right, they could have very well have rifted in just a little bit of other stuff. But something tells me that Chapter 6 has actually been here for a while, and that the only reason its new designation is now Reality 781 or whatever is because we never... It's not Reality 0 because Reality 0 is where the 0-point is, and we just got 0-point shards. So if we were to just grant Reality 0 status to all of these different realities, that doesn't really make any sense now, does it? So it's lost that distinction. And judging by, actually, I just got an even better idea. Since there's like a 0-point mold of the 0-point on the other side of the vault, right? Because we see in Chapter 6, Season 3, there's a holographic or whatever of the 0-point, and it's like very first state, when we first ever saw it. It doesn't look like a 0-point. It looks like a ball that's like smoking, sort of. Okay, like it's on fire, kind of. So like tells me this is a 0-point template. This is like the place where you reconstruct the pieces, and we're building them together piece by piece as the new pieces come to the island. As new game modes, we go there as players to collect the new pieces, bring them back. That's probably why Ballistics is leaving, is because we're gonna go yoink that 0-point shard away, put it in the vault, build the 0-point. All right, and that's probably why these new game modes keep showing up, because we gotta go to the island, we gotta find those 0-point shards, and we gotta bring them back. Now, if you enjoyed this theory, please make sure to like, sub, share, comment, down below what you think about all this. I want to hear what you guys think about these theories too, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.